India has an indescribable and magical lure. So I found myself in the sweatbox that was Delhi, boarding a train to Chandigarh, where I began an organized tour of northern India atop iconic Royal Enfield motorcycles. It was an adventure that would include some of the most challenging roads in the world, risky water crossings, and oncoming trucks threatening to push you over the side of a cliff, and a trip that will stay with me for the rest of my life. We were a group of 11 people from places like India, Canada, France, Oman, and Kuwait, led by our guide Nelson Suresh Kumar, whose group Vista Adventures and Tourism has been organizing these 11-day trips for 3 years. We start off early in the morning from Chandigarh, and as we leave the city, it starts to drizzle. Our route has us climbing hills up into the Himachal Pradesh province on mainly decent paved roads, and as we climb, the clouds are getting lower and lower. We're also slowly becoming drenched as it starts to rain more heavily. And the roads are getting worse, pockmarked with holes and dotted with cows. The next 2 days, we make our way through the Spiti Valley, part of the legendary Silk Route. Thankfully, the rain holds off, but the roads slowly begin to get much, much worse. They turn from asphalt to dirt and back again, with potholes the size of bomb craters, and some of those filled with water. As we move higher, the slim road falls off to high, sheer cliffs, and the threat of large oncoming trucks is ever present. But the riding only gets more challenging and fun, and the low Enfields prove to be nimble through the rough going. Everybody's backs are starting to ache by the time we roll into our first stop at Kalpa, and then the next night in Kaza. The next day finds us in a surreal, boulder-filled landscape, with huge rocks resting on the side of the Manali-Sarchu road that we're traveling on. There are more water crossings and other hardships until we get to our campsite, which is a series of large tents. But the difficulty and danger of the roads serve only to sharpen our focus, bringing us into a more zen-like concentration of just simply riding the bike. And what better place to have that happen than in the surreal mountains and among the many Tibetan prayer flags and monasteries along the way. This is real meditation, and we are modern-day mechanized monks. Day 6 starts off all right. It's the last leg towards our final destination of Leh in Kashmir, but the dangers of the trip become all too apparent on this stage. We are in the pinnacle of the motoring world, quite literally. We're in Karting Law Pass, the highest motorable road in the world, 18,380 feet. I obviously would have preferred to ride a motorcycle up here with the group. I had a little mishap and broke my collarbone, so I hopped a ride with our support van. Would have preferred the bike, but it's still a box ticked on my checklist of life. The experience was monumental, despite the fact that it's an organized tour with hotels booked, the route mapped, a support truck following us, and experienced guides leading the way. There's still a real danger, a real challenge, and a real sense of adventure to the whole experience. If you're looking to push your biking skills and find some inner peace with hard work and extreme conditions, you'll find it on the back of a Royal Enfield in the Himalayas.